Cloud9 right now. The first time in years that a North American team has beaten a Korean team.
It will be Cloud9 that are the champions of the Intel Extreme Masters.
Game. Very controlled and very much like a Cloud9 game.
My confidence has been at the top. It's been iffy. Your teammates understand you're good and you understand you're good. Confidence back in yourself until you start winning.
3-2 in the last 5 games and have struggled all split to find consistency. Not like them.
Knocking Cloud9 down to 8-5, so definitely normalizing the standings there. Things are only getting closer right now.
Cloud9 is up against the GE Tigers. Let's start by taking a look at the starting lineup for Cloud9, the way we know it has been for a very, very long time.
It's kind of weird looking at the last few games they've been playing because it's been a bit up and down. The best play, honestly, for me has been High in the mid lane. And honestly, if everything relies now on High, and of course Sneaky, we know he will always perform, that's easy for GE Tigers to shut down in terms of the pick and ban phase. I mean, Zed, goodbye.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
Basically a problem.
I think everyone likes to see teams lose when they've been winning for so long. I don't know, give some satisfaction.
They're going to fall like dominoes here. Lemon Nation trying to get away.
Like when you set up a card tower, everyone wants to knock it down and that sort of thing. And so obviously we're not going to have really good win rates forever. It's just like when you're climbing ELO, you have really good win rates at the bottom, but the more you play, the more it averages out. So eventually we did start losing more, but I don't know if it's going to be some huge fall of C9 or whatever. It's just a lot easier to catch up to teams that are ahead of you than stay ahead of them. So it was bound to happen at some point.
Going into this event, we have had the toughest split we've ever had. We've had to make a lot of changes to try to get us to the place we were before. We've moved, changed our living arrangement. We've made Charlie like the head and the final decision maker on all comps. We made all these changes because we knew that our team performances were heading in the wrong direction. Our scrims are going in the wrong direction. And we went through 2 weeks where we were literally 1-3. We went from 10th place team to climbed up to 2nd place. We're now currently resting solidly at 3rd, but this has not been the type of split that we're used to. So coming into this event, we're very aware that we've got problems and we need to fix them. So we're working really hard to try to solve those issues. I think we've made a lot of progress, but we're not feeling 100% yet. I'd say we're feeling like 80%.
I don't really notice the pressure. I don't know if there is extra pressure. It's just I've been the captain and the shot caller from the start. So it's always been the same for me, so I'm used to it by now. I don't really notice anything different.
Completely disagree with you there. I think that they had no pressure playing the GE Tigers because everyone expected the GE Tigers to win this game. But everyone's expecting it. At least Cloud9's fans here are expecting Cloud9 to beat the Yoi Flash Wolves.
Yeah, that's a very important point, and I think you do have some legitimacy in saying that if they play like they did against GE, it was such an uncoordinated, unthoughtful play style that they were bringing out against GE. Random tower dives without adequate vision. That's not the calculation we're used to seeing from C9. They've always been that very smart team that beats you with the rotation.
I don't know. I thought we had the game going well. We took top tier, we took mid tier, we had like 3 kills. Midos was like really fed. The game was going well, right? So I got super confused on how he lost, and then I started getting mad. One at myself because I was wondering, did I play the team fights right? Did I make the right calls? Not because of getting like mechanically outplayed. We just lost because we chose wrong decisions, and that means the shot calling was wrong. And when I'm the shot caller, that basically comes down to me doing something wrong. So I started getting mad at myself and trying to figure out why we lost and what I could have done differently.
For the Yoi Flash Wolves.
The Flash Wolves have taken Cloud9 down. 4 members of the North American squad are taken out in that team fight. NL and Maple run rampant.
Yep, NL got some good positioning in that team fight. Balls wasn't able to make the difference, and that is it. Cloud9 is eliminated, and the Yoi Flash...
This is definitely not the first slump we've had. I'd say the first slump was after High's lung collapse, after Paris. We had a pretty decent slump there because High didn't get to play much. We had to get a lot of practice in. He wasn't able to solo queue or anything. We had to work through that. I don't really know what's going on. It's hard to tell because through our scrims, like sometimes we'll have good days where we're doing the right thing, we're winning, and then some days we'll just be really stupid and not actually playing correctly at all. We'll set out a game plan, and then it's like always someone new will just go against that game plan and die somewhere or do their own thing. It's translating into LCS matches where we're losing games and not really knowing what to do because we spent all of our time not going with the game plan. If we're losing all the time, there's usually something going on within the team that we're thinking about and we're trying to fix actively. So if we ended up just not being a top team throughout either split, I think something would happen. I don't know what specifically.
A roster change is always like an extremely risky proposition.
If we still continue to do poor, like really bad, then we're probably going to make some kind of changes.
Maybe we go out and find a new analyst or something, like an additional one to Charlie. Maybe we'd go out and swap a teammate. I don't really know.
I see a lot of teams making mistakes in these kind of things, and that's not something I would want to do. I would want to, if there's a roster change happening, I want to make sure that as a team we have everything needed. Like, you can't ignore kind of like a lot of like small things, just like having enough people who can initiate fights, having enough people who are passive so there's not too many people like butting heads, making sure that the team environment will get along well. Like, if you bring in another player and they just don't get along with one of the other 4 players on the team, it can become a huge issue and kind of just degrade the entire team. There's just so many things that can like ruin the team.
I think the roster will change if a player wants to stop playing. I don't think anyone wants to kick anyone off the team. I think we've been with each other from the start and we want to be that way till the end. However, if someone wants to step down, you can't really stop someone from stepping down, right? I don't think we'd ever kick for performance issues, and I don't know if anyone wants to retire anytime soon.